Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 10 with the San Jose Sharks. And if my throat sounds or my voice sounds a little off, that's because it is. I spent the weekend calling hockey. I spent all weekend calling hockey. I did 13 games between Saturday and Sunday. So my voice is shot, but that's okay. We persevere. All right, so we are at February 27th, and I think this might be a full, end of the or trade deadline, end of the season video because we're right there. It's February 27th. We made the big trade last episode, picking up Mo Seider, and we're gonna end up signing him. I mean, he wants like $8 million a year, but I mean, better to pay him $8 million than I think pay Werenski that same amount. So, we've gone to an Alexander Jerry combination with Gage becoming our starting goalie, and he's been pretty good. 2.70 goals against, 910 save percentage. Jerry in 2 starts for us, 2.52 goals against. His mental ratings are a little off, but those are good goalie ratings. So, you don't really have anybody injured. We got Parayko sitting on the bench along with Jackson Edward. So our 2 defensemen currently benched. Do we want to bench Middleton instead of Parayko? The problem is Parayko is on the right side. Or how do I have... Anderson can play the left or the right. So I can do this. Let's do this. Let's replace Middleton with Parayko. And then do that. Yeah, we have a Noah Dobson, Zach Werenski second pairing. That is crazy, crazy good. I don't necessarily know that we need anything else, but maybe we're in a position where we can trade from a position of depth. Gavin Brindley, he wants a new let's auto-qualify. Yeah, Springer, I feel like we could move. I don't really care much about him. My guess is that I'm not going to be able to get a lot for him, but Christian Dvorak, if this was 6 years ago, maybe. 6th round pick. Justin Gill. Jaden Schwartz? No. Chris Kreider? No. But yeah, we've got Brisson is signed to an extension. Misa is signed to an extension. Seider will resign. Parayko is resigned. Anderson's resigned. Do we have anything in San Jose? Bear with me just a second here, guys. You know how I roll with this work, right? It's all about kind of multitasking here. So, trying to do 2 things at once. I actually have a high school basketball game to do tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. High school conference tournament time is underway. All right, so is there anybody down here that... Yeah, it's really just Springer. The issue is... or not the issue, but we just have a lot of players that are unsigned, right? If we look at our unsigned list. No, they're not showing up there, but if you go here... Oh, that's why. It's because it's showing up for Barracudas, right? So, from a forward perspective, Holmertz, Chapman, Svoboda, Williams are all really, really good. They're all going to be part of the team next year. So I don't know what we're going to do with all of this depth. I think we're probably going to move on from Nikolai Ehlers, honestly, because we're going to have to bring some of these guys up. Holmertz is 19 years old. He's already 2.5 stars. Chapman, 2.5 stars. It's Royston. Maybe we move Royston. We drafted him in the 3rd round. I mean, he looks okay, but Cooper Williams is 3.5 stars. I mean, we don't have a lot on the wing. A lot of the talent that we've brought in has been up the middle. But there are options like Danny Nelson, who has bumped himself up to 4.5 stars, can move to left wing. I'm not worried about that. Brendan Brisson can play the left or the right as well. So we've got plenty of talent on up the middle to move people to the wing. So I think maybe let's see what's on the trade block. You know what? Before I do that, let's just see what he wants as an extension. 2.5 for 3. Is that something that we want to do? Yeah, I mean, he's really good defensively. I think that adds value. I just got done talking about how I wasn't super strong or super deep on the wings. We've got some good talent, but we're just not very deep. Let's see what's on the block. I mean, I don't suspect we're going to do a whole lot at this point. Austin Matthews is on the block. You love to see it. Drake Batherson, Fabian Zetterland, Zegmis Gergensons, Noah Gunler, Bertuzzi, Linus. Yeah, I mean, nothing that really screams you got to have it, right? Wow, Kane, no goals in 47 games. I mean, Matthews is the one, right? But I think he's a free agent at the end of the year. Yeah, there's not really anything there. So I think we're gonna sim. We'll get up to the trade deadline, and then I'll sim to the end of the regular season, and then we'll come back and we'll do the postseason. We got Winnipeg, and it's a 2-1 loss. Gage Alexander, 4th in the NHL in save percentage. Frundell scores for us. Jerry gives up 2 on 25. Let's get to March 1st. Devin Taves will miss 9 months. That's not good. So we're not there yet. It's February 29th. Second place. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to catch the Kings. They got an 8-game lead or an 8-point lead. We have 1 game in hand. It's still one of the best records in the West. 3rd best behind Colorado. West's been a real dogfight. All right. Development report. Holmertz gets better. Duhamel gets better. Vluswick is going to be an animal once he finishes developing. Brindley gets better. Yeah, I'm glad I signed that contract. It's up to a 16 physicality. Frundell is up to 4.5 stars. Levshuvnov still only at 4 stars, man. He's going to be amazing. Danny Nelson up to 4 stars. Teravainen drops a little bit, but that's okay. Monthly budget. Let's go ahead and set that. Assign scouts. I'm just going to leave it. I don't even know what most of these are, so if we don't get to scout them, we don't get to scout them. And then we'll go Team Harmony. Let's try to break up the click. We get somebody off the click. People don't like Zach Werenski. That seems interesting to me. All right, we'll sim to the actual deadline day, and then we'll see if there's anybody on the block that is of interest to us. So we got Anaheim and Philadelphia back-to-back games. Anaheim, not particularly good. 2 500 teams. I mean, we should win both of those games. We'll see what happens, though. Oh, good, a new click form. So I literally just get somebody to break one up, and we get another one that forms. Royston, Nelson, Misa, Alexander, Patra, Frundell, and Soderstrom. All right, I don't. Whatever, guys. Calgary wants to trade a bad winger. Let's go to the next day. Can we beat Anaheim on the road? We do 5-3. Levshuvnov, Werenski, Doc, Sider, Levshuvnov. I think Kirby Doc might be a trade candidate in the offseason. I mean, he hasn't been terrible. No, he hasn't been particular. I mean, 65 game ratings, not great, but only 10 goals this season. I mean, he's pretty well rounded. I mean, he got a lot of light blue in there in every category, and the contract's not terrible. It's only $5 million next season, but yeah, I mean, I think we might be looking at maybe moving Doc, moving Royston. Ehlers will be gone. And then we won't have Werenski or Middleton either. So we'll be leaning on some of our depth pieces. All right. One more time at the trade block. Let's just see what's there. Again, nothing has really changed. He's making $4 million. I mean, Gergenson's wouldn't be bad. Who does he replace, though, if we bring in a defensive forward? Lund? Cameron Lund, maybe? I love a good defensive forward. I can't help myself. He's 34. Yeah, I mean, let's talk. Let's start with Springer because I don't care about him. They would be below. Well, here, retain. Does that help? All right, so I would have to give you contract, and I don't know that I can do that. Soderstrom's in the minors. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have any contracts that are just really really bad that I want to get rid of. I mean, would you take Middleton? Since we have Jackson Edward as the backup as our seventh defenseman. Nashville has 50 players under contract, so I would have to take somebody back. All right. Who's your least valued player? This guy. And he's on the trade block. All right. Great. Really? Well, you can't have any of those players, so never mind. Boone Jenner. No. Oh, those are free agents. Atherson, but his contract is absurd. Zetterland is okay. Yeah, I think we might be done. Bavillier, man, the defense is only a 13. I love the physical ratings. I love that. It's just not good defensively. And if I'm going to add a forward, that's what I'm looking for. Wow, it is windy outside. That's nuts. Alexander Campbell. He might be an upgrade this season for it's hardly likely. Really? Huh. And those are crazy offensive ratings. And those are pretty good defensive ratings as well. I mean, am I willing to do something like... Yeah, no. Okay. mean, Campbell, I mean, that's going to be somebody I want to keep an eye on. Is there some way I can, I'm going to add him to a short list here. That feels like a really good sort of buy low type of player. Those are crazy good offensive ratings. He would be a great setup man. Yeah, you can see he's got a 16 playmaker rating. Yeah, that's somebody I'm going to be looking at in the offseason for sure. Alexander Campbell. That's interesting. All right, so we're at the deadline. We made the big deal. I'm going to go ahead now and sim ahead to the end of the regular season. So we'll see you sometime in April. Be right back. All right, guys, we are back. It is the end of the regular season. And yeah, all I can say is we absolutely steamrolled the rest of the Western Conference over that last month and a half or 2 months of the season. We finished with by far the best record in the Western Conference, 11 points clear of the Kings. If you look at our schedule, we'll go back to March. So this is where we ended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 wins, and 5 losses. So 17-5, but not really 17-5. We were 17-3-2 in the final 22 games of the season. 17-3-2 in the final 22 games of the season. We finished 55-25-2. We ended up with the best goaltending in the NHL. Trading Shesterkin was the best deal we could have made. Gage Alexander finished third in the NHL in save percentage, 2.55. Tristan Jarry, the numbers he put up for us in 14 games, 9-3 with a 2.30 goals against and a 923 save percentage. He was fantastic. You can see we've got some injuries we're dealing with. Frondell's day-to-day. My hope is we have him back for the start of the postseason. But Brindley is day-to-day. Werenski has got a fractured shoulder blade, but we're going to hope that he can play through it. Statistically, Frondell averaged a point a game, 82 points in 82 games, his second straight 30-point season, an improvement over last year. Michael Misa ended with 56 assists, a career high, 73 points for the 21-year-old. Lev Shunov, as a 22-year-old defenseman, had 62 points. Yeah, we didn't have one person that was the guy. I mean, obviously, we had Frondell with 36 goals. We had Brisson with 30, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players with at least 10 goals. And then Sider only had a couple with us. But he was a plus 22 in 32 games. He was plus 22 in 32 games. Yeah, I mean, our numbers are... Somehow Kirby Dach ended up as a minus, which is just completely insane given how good we were. Yeah, I'm thrilled that we picked up Brendan Brisson and signed him to that contract. He will be the replacement for Ehlers next season. Nikolai had a great year. 28 goals, down a little bit, but the 31 assists were a high for us. Yeah, last year was his best year at 31 assists as well. But, I mean, in 3 seasons for us, that's 76. It's 104 goals in 3 seasons for Ehlers. So that 3-year contract was well worth the investment. Maybe if we can move Dach, we can bring him back. I don't know if that's something we want to do. I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a great season all around. Goaltending-wise, we talked about it. We're going to lean on Alexander here in the postseason. He ended the year 2.55 and a 9.16, so he'll be our guy going into the playoffs. But he and Jerry were a terrific tandem. Yeah, so that deal we made at the deadline really kind of put us over the top, so to speak. So we're going to sim to our next game. It's Connor McDavid, 121 points. Pasta led the NHL in goals with 52. Take a look at the award ceremonies. Eventually, we got Dallas on the 26th. So we'll have to go back and look at the emails. All right, so Jack Adams, DJ Smith, Jared Ball, Todd McClellan, Ted Lindsay, McDavid, Peterson, Hughes, Messier, Landeskog, Carlson, Dahlin, Lady Bing, Besser, Caulfield, Terry, Selke, Danny Nelson, and Elias Lindholm of the Sharks, and then Michael Rasmussen of the Avalanche. Cool. Executive of the Year, Jarmo Kekalainen, who just got fired. So game does not replicate reality. Pierre Dorian and Rob Blake of the Kings. Calder Trophy, Murray, Gavin Garland, and Georgios Pantelis for the Blackhawks. Norris Trophy, Provorov, Korchinski. Oh, cool. And Shea Theodore of the Kraken. Vezina, Carter Hart, Sorokin, and Mads Sugard. And the Hart Trophy, McDavid, Peterson, and Hughes. So that's a bit of a bummer. All right. Standings, Dallas finished 42-34-6. They were led by Rupe Hintz, 87 points. Yeah, not nearly as much offense out of them. Miro Heiskanen, their top defenseman, Niles Lundqvist, Wyatt Johnson. Jason Robertson is out for 3 to 4 months, which is a shame for them because he's a monster. Brad Gardner, Logan Stankoven. Yeah, they're not great, but of course that means they probably beat us. Goaltending-wise, they're going to run with Edinger. Yeah, I mean, that's how they're going to do it, right? If they beat us, it's going to be with Edinger. All right. Let's see what happens. Injured. Oh, Frundell is still hurt. Damn it. All right. So we will replace him with Royston. Let's move Doc up to the top line, I guess. Not crazy about it, but hopefully for this series it shouldn't matter too much. And there you go. We lose game 1 4-3 in overtime. Matt Brady Tkachuk has signed a contract extension. Stankoven with a hat trick. They get Kyrou, we get Doc and Teravainen, and we're up 3-1 in the third. Stankoven scored twice in the span of 4 minutes and then scored in overtime. All right. Well, that's not good. Not a good start. Not a good start at all. Frundell is back, so we can put him back in the lineup. Replace him with Frundell. Back to the lines. Get Frundell back in there. I don't think I did anything to the power plays. I didn't. Next game. Oh, man. I love this game. Back-to-back 4-3 losses. Tied at 1 again. We're up 3-1. Back-to-back games, we've taken 3-1 leads into the third period, and in back-to-back games, we've blown it. All right, well, we got to win 2 games in Dallas now. We're down 2-0. Can we win here? We do, 6-3, so we get 1 back. 4-goal second period for us. Obviously, game 4 is the key, right? We take game 4, we get home ice back, go back to San Jose with a chance to take the series lead. Holmertz gets better. Yeah, he's going to be really good. Gaudreau gets better. Leanders gets better. Leanders up to 5 stars now. I don't want to say we have a goaltending problem, but we've got some talent there. It's not a problem. It's what do we do with it to make it work? Lindholm, Jerry, Ehlers all drop a little bit. That's fine. Monthly budget. Yep. Assigned scouts. Yep. And for some reason, we are openly hostile towards each other. We have 3 different cliques, which is super cool. So we're able to get somebody to leave our clique there. Royston. All right. Game 4 in Dallas. It's a game we need for sure. May 2nd, so it's going to take a second. The game will pause. It'll save. Ooh, excuse me. What do we got? Hall of Fame nominees. All right. We got Larmer, Smith, Eliash, Kovalev, Bellows, Hunter, McCrimmon, Patrick Hatcher, and Dave Babbage. We're going to go Patrick Eliash. I like me some Patrick Eliash. Next game in Dallas. We get smoked 6-3. We got to win 3 straight games now, or we are going to lose in the first round. This time we didn't take the lead. We were tied at 1, and then they blew us out of the water. All right. So we need 3 straight games. You can't win game 4, though, until you win game 2. So we are at home. Let's see what happens here. We get the win. We win 4-2. 4-1. So we stay alive. They got on the board first. We scored 1 in the second, Pareko. Then Misa, London, Brisson in the third. So we stay alive. We need one more road win to keep our season alive, though. So let's see how it goes. Musty is hurt. So we replace Musty with Royston. The lines. He can play the right wing. Brindley can play we're going to leave Royston on the left. I don't particularly care. Next game. And our season's over. Oh, that's good. That's just super. At least it was in our last game of the season. Yeah, that sucks. This is the first time I've been truly disappointed with the outcome of one of our seasons. Best record in the NHL, knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I guess I'm going to sim to the end of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So, yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I'm still disappointed. Stanley Cup was won by the Devils. They took out the number 1 seed Ottawa in the Eastern Conference Finals. A couple of 2 seeds in the West, Colorado and the Kings. So the Devils won in 7. And this absolutely stinks. I mean, we were loaded for bear this season. We'll have Dobson back by next season, but of course he's dropped to 3 stars. I don't know if the injury had something to do with it, but yeah, I don't know. That's incredibly disappointing. Maybe we should have made a goaltender change. Maybe we should have gone with Jerry after game 4. I don't know. I mean, we're still loaded, but that's just disappointing. All right, so unsigned, who are we going to bring in? Holmert. Yep. Kowalchuk. Yep. At this point, I mean, he's only 13 defense, but Williams and Chapman both have 2 years left, so I think we'll wait. We'll bring in Swoboda. Makokis, no, he's an overager. Prudhomme still has a year left. Axelson, no. Yeah, I don't really care about those other guys. They're not. Well, I mean, maybe we sign them and keep them in. With our AHL team just to get them signed. But Chapman and Williams, because they're both 2 stars, I'm gonna sit on them for a minute. So we'll sit up to the NHL awards. Then we'll do. Step away while we wait for the game to sim to the next season. Free agency preview. What do we got? We got anybody that we can just add just for the fun of it? We throw a lot of money at somebody. Noel Gunler, 26-year-old, good offense, good physical. I mean, he looks all right. I think we have better. There was the center from Nashville that we want to make a run at, right? Alex Bocage. Oakvist. I mean, we could go after another defenseman. McLeod. I don't know how he's a 3.5-star potential, but we're not going to argue with it. Anton Lundell is an interesting option because he can play the left side as well. He wasn't great last year. That's an interesting option. Eric Portillo, if we want to add more goaltending, which I don't think we do. Yeah, Alexander Campbell is somebody we may look at. Capo Caco, Thomas Shabbat. Jake Gensel. We just want to go straight offense. Oh, shoot. We forgot to sign Cider. Ugh. Okay. Let's just go. He wants 6 years. Let's just get that contract signed. Brother. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use for all. Ask for response. Fine. Meet demand. Give him 6 years. Oops. Austin Matthews is a free agent. I mean, we might have to, right? We might have to. Ehlers, Werenski, Parayko, Middleton. Yeah, they're all going to walk. I mean, we'll see what he wants, but I would be crazy not to, right? Can Misa play the wing? No, he's a straight center. I mean, that would make Michael Misa our second line center, which is fine. All right, so let's get up the NHL awards. Hopefully, Ehlers sign or Cider. Okay, so Cider did sign. All right, so we have him locked in. Oh, excuse me. All right, so we signed all of our young guys, which is great. I think this might be the year that we just spend the money, trade the players, and try to win it. I mean, last year should have been the year. That was really disappointing. All right, so we signed all those guys. NHL Awards is tomorrow. All right, let's just show them all. So Connor McDavid. So Danny Nelson won the Selke, so we got something there. McDavid, Makar, Pantelis, Provorov won the Norris. I considered trading for him before I traded for Cider. All right, last day of 27-28. 33 season score. Our negotiating skill is insane. Let's put some points into discipline. And motivation, because we've always got those clicks that are just making me nuts. And then we'll put the last two into defensive, in-game tactics. All right, so I'm going to say I'm ahead to July 1st, so I'll see you that day. All right, 10 minutes later, it is July 1st. Did we have anybody retire? They need to make these logos a little bigger, I think. I don't see any Sharks on there. A lot of players are retired. Development report, nothing going on. Scheifele, McGinn. Oh, Jerry retired. Okay. Yanni Gord, Pekka, Boyd, Corpusalo, DiGiuseppe. Linus has retired. Nick Merkley. Let's set our annual budget. I'm going to raise development. I think that'll be okay. Only strategic marketing. Let's go normal marketing. And we'll use a normal wage budget. I don't think it's going to matter. Or do I? I don't think our staff is making that much. Yeah, let's just stick with that. We're going to go here and here. Still stick with that. Monthly scouting support team morale. We will drop this. We don't need anybody in the arena right now. Sign our scouts. And harmony shouldn't be a problem because the one who was causing the issues is gone. Do I not have a captain? Is that the problem right now as well? Yeah, I don't have a captain. Let's see. None of them are particularly great. I guess we'll go Cider for now. See if he can do it. I broke up a click right off the bat. That'll work. All right, so what do we have financially? Oh, we got plenty of money. We only have $67 million tied up right now. Cider, Dobson, Levshunov, Anderson, Kowalchuk, Edwards. So I think we needed another defenseman. Yeah, I think we need another defenseman because this means we're leaning on Kowalchuk and Edwards as two of our six, which I'm not super crazy about. Offensively, it looks like we're okay. No, I don't want Swoboda. I mean, again, we're gonna potentially take a run here at. In fact, I'm gonna make Nelson. Just so I have it split up a little bit. Teravainen, Musty, Nelson. Yeah, we can use a forward and we can use a defenseman. We got plenty of money to do it, I believe. So, yeah. I mean, where do we even start, right? Let's just look. 5 years at $12 million a year. 3 straight 100-point seasons. I mean, there's some good unsigned talent here, man. All right, we'll take a look at those in a minute. Wow, look at all that. This Bonkers one. $6 million for 4. That's not unreasonable. What about what does Werenski want? I'm just curious where that if I can find him. Just curious how far the demand dropped after this season. $6.4 for 7. I'm not giving him 7 years. Shabbat only wants 6 for 3. That feels like a really good deal. Yeah, let's do that. And so he wants 5 years. We'll give him, let's see if he'll take 12. I mean, why not? Why not? You want a no movement clause? Fine. Why not? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's see if we can sign Shabbat and Matthews. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Shabbat feels like a good deal for only 3 years. Then Austin Matthews at 5. I mean, let's just do it. See what happens. Fingers crossed as we wait. Oh, here we go. Well, maybe. It's July 2nd, so it's saving. Matthews signing might be imminent. given him quite an offer. They both like the offers. Are we going to pick up Austin Matthews? At this point, if we have to, still nothing. If we are able to make that work and it puts us over the cap, we move on from Kirby Doc. Can't believe I'm thinking about making Misa my second line center. But, you know, if you can pick up Austin Matthews, you pick up Austin Matthews. Fingers crossed. Still nothing. Werenski, curious where he's going to sign. I mean, we haven't heard anything from either player yet. That tells me that we're in the lead. Usually, by this point, we would have gotten a message back saying, is this a joke? Gabe Velarde. Draft lottery. We're in the lottery because we had Toronto's pick. Holy heck. All right. Blackhawks, Vegas, Seattle, Arizona, Anaheim, the Islanders, the Flyers, the Bruins. So the Blues are going to move up. We're going to move up. Oh, we have the second overall pick. Oh, my gosh. We have the second overall pick in the draft. Oh, we have the second overall pick in the draft and Austin Matthews. Are we just going to run roughshod this year, folks? Is that the hope? We have 2 and 28. It's time for the draft. We're still waiting. I don't know that we're going to have any money left when those guys sign, but I am interested in some of these players, if I could. 14s across the board. Usually these guys turn into like 3-star type players. But none of the defensemen. Oh, there we go. Carson Steinhoff. Do you really have a 15 defensive rating? Yeah, we'll sign him. All right, well, let's go to the draft. We have the second overall pick. The mock draft has us taking a goalie. That's not going to happen. All right. Next pick. So they take Martin Urasek. Urasek. So we've got Lucas Santalo, who's 2.5 stars. I mean, I think the obvious selection is the 5-star potential defenseman. Better than Artem Leshuvnov. I'm curious. Oh, I hate to trade the pick, but is there anybody here that would make me better now? Wow. This is the kind of trade I want to be making. Let's give up. Let's Kowalchuk, Reed Anderson. Got a lot of draft picks this year. I'll give you a third. I bet that. Makokis. All right, you can have Makokis in the fifth. Does that do it? Let's offer that. Okay, cool. Yeah, Oscar Allison. That's the kind of deal that we need to be making right now. Gives us a really good offensive and defensive forward. Only making $1.2 million. We'll have to re-sign him, but that's fine. All right, so let's just do the draft. I mean, we have the number 2 overall pick. I mean, I think scout risky. Yeah, I think we just take Victor Leitinen, the number 2 defenseman. He's still a ways off, but potential 5 stars. I mean, sure. I don't know how long we're going to be going with this playthrough. I mean, it all depends on how we do kind of here upcoming, but let's go to our next pick. Yeah, again, not a particularly great draft. William Naslund looks okay, though. He's an overager at 20. Cooner. I mean, he's not listed as an overager, but I mean, he's 20 years old. He hasn't been drafted yet. I mean, the ratings don't look bad. The mental skills are not good. And not a particularly good draft. Sean Stewart. Yeah, he looks okay. You can take Sean Stewart. Go to our next pick again. Hector Kapitanov. Again, you gotta... Wow, this is not a good draft. $17-year-old, those are some decent ratings, sure. Can't believe we ended up with the second pick in the draft. That is insane. Larson. 20. Yeah, they're all 20. Like, what's going on here? Oh, man, I'm looking at the wrong. Oh, maybe I'm not. Yeah, it's all 1-star and 2-star potential guys. And risky and safe suggestions look to be similar or not. Jan Veselak, we'll take him, sure. $20-year-old overager, yeah, he's got 14 offense, sure. We need a goalie, so we'll take Yannick Brunner. I think we might be done. Are we done? We're done. All right. Okay. Said that we had the second overall pick. We took Leitinen. Jurasek would have been nice too, but that's okay. Second overall pick. All right, next day. I'm just going to keep simming now until we pick up Matthews and Shabbat, and then that will be it for our our offseason. I mean, maybe some minor moves, but that'll be it. We may have to make some moves depending on the salary cap, but that's something I'll do offline because those tend to just be dumps, which, again, I'm fine with if we're able to pick up Matthews. We got shut out on Theodore last season. See what happens with Austin Matthews. I mean, he would want to play in San Jose, right? I mean, go from Toronto to San Jose. Why not? Bam! We just signed Austin Matthews and Thomas Shabbat. Let's go. Where are we from a South? We are way over the cap. But that's okay. Yeah, we are if we look at our cap obligations, well, I guess not way over the cap. But we are absolutely over the cap. At the caps, well, I mean, that's close, I think. I think we only have one goalie on our roster, too. Yeah, we got to go to San Jose, and is it Leinder's time or is it Goudreau time? I think it's Goudreau time. I think it's Goudreau time. Leinder's is my guy, but yeah, and I think we are going to have to make a move here offensively. Our salary right now is $88 million, so I think Kirby Dach is going to be that one to go. Let's just look at the shop, see if there's anything of interest. Samskovich, a couple of years earlier, I might have made that trade. Biondi, Max Domi, Jaden Schwartz, a 6th-round pick. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make a deal offline. But I think that's going to do it here, guys. We have a lot of money tied up in, here's the thing. I think Teravainen is the one that we need to get rid of because he's making $1 million more than, and he's had 4 good seasons for us. 33 goals, 32 goals, only 19 this past season. But I think it's time to trade Teuvo Teravainen. Can we get anything for him just to move the contract? We can get a 6th. A 6th-round pick's probably fine. Noah Juleson. No. 6th-round pick. Esa Lindell, a 6th-round pick. Sure, let's trade him to Toronto for their 6th-round pick. Brings our salary cap down to 82. We may still have a little bit of room to play, a little bit of space to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have too many forwards dressed. Okay. Well, I got to get Lawson dressed too. So who goes to the bench? Yeah, I think we do this. I think that'll kind of be our pairings. All right, so that's it, guys. That's it for this episode. Significant disappointment in the postseason. But we start the 2028-2029 year off with a bang. Thomas Chabot and Austin Matthews. Let's go. Our top forward, our top line center coming off 3 straight 100-point seasons. He's got 4 in the last 5, 5 in the last 7. So, yep, that's our guy. We pick up Austin Matthews. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. So we'll come back, and it'll be the beginning of the preseason. So that'll do it. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.